Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. If you like video games and like watching video games, then chances are you frequent Twitch. While for the most part, Twitch is full of happy, excited people playing their favorite games, there have been some moments that were insanely emotional. Let's talk about some of those emotional times. So grab the tissues because it's time for the top 10 emotional moments from Twitch. Number 10. HollyTWolf's reaction to the Breath of the Wild announcement. This is one of those moments that's totally emotional and actually doesn't seem fake, but it's kinda weird. Holly was live streaming her reaction to the Zelda trailer and she got pretty emotional, which I totally get. Zelda has been a huge part of my life too. When she started crying, I gave her benefit of the doubt. It could be that there's some deep meaning to this. But then she just goes, "She's so pretty," making it seem like she was just crying because Zelda is pretty. I don't know, it seemed a bit over the top to me, but it was definitely emotional. Number 9. TheBashReverse breakdown video. This is probably one of the more honest videos I've seen. It really looks like someone seeing their life falling apart around them, and it seems super real. After rumors began circulating around him and an underage girl, he uploaded a video which is essentially him breaking down, crying, and screaming at those who attack him. Obviously, I don't know all the details personally, but he claims that there was just a 3-year difference between him and the girl, while others said otherwise. Regardless of whether or not he's guilty, I can't help feeling for the guy here. The internet can be really brutal, and if the accusations are in fact false, this would be an incredibly frustrating and life-changing situation. Number 8. Tyler1 got killed. So this one's more the RayG kind of emotional, but it's pretty funny. And as much as I'm not a fan of Tyler1, I love making fun of Tyler1. So there's not much to say about this one. He's playing H1Z1 and he dies. Then he gets angry, but he gets really freaking angry about dying. Like, were you surprised that you died in a game where you're shooting people? I don't get it. Honestly, I just included this one because he yells into his hand and I thought it'd be fun to make the editor try to figure out where the swear words are and bleep them out. Let's see how they did. If you don't see me in any more videos, tell the cops the editor did it. Number 7. The Patrick Power 2013 hack. This one's pretty messed up because it's people messing with a kid, which I'm sorry, is just wrong. Patrick Power 2013 was hacked and attacked by a bunch of 4chan users a while back, and his realization that they knew his address was really heartbreaking. This is a young kid who fears for his safety because a bunch of jerks online think it's fun to terrorize others. It's a little funny that the first worry he has is that people will order pizzas to his house, but that doesn't make it okay. Felt really bad for the kid. Number 6. SakuraGaming, and this one gets bonus points both for the hot girl and for being absolutely hilarious. SakuraGaming, or Karina Sichev, which I probably pronounced wrong, was streaming one day when she received one of those narrated donations. You know, the kind where they repeat a letter so it goes on forever. Well, I guess in Russian computer talk, the letter A sounds like and it's way funnier than anything in English. So it basically gives a short spiel and then goes She totally freaks out, but for this point it isn't the emotional reaction that puts it on this list, but rather the epic tick comment. That said, her reaction's pretty hilarious too. Number 5. Sexy Hexy receives a $5,000 donation. I looked up a bunch of reactions to tips when writing this video, but it's hard to find good ones because so many of them seem so damn fake. And to their credit, there isn't really any reaction good enough when you receive a huge amount of money from a stranger, but some definitely come off as forced. This one though just seems super real, mostly because the reaction is super awkward. Nobody would fake it that way, and that's what makes me like it so much. That said, watching all these donation videos gives me totally unrealistic expectations for my own streaming. Number 4. Syndicate's story about his grandmother. This one's pretty rough, guys, for a few reasons. First, it's someone talking emotionally and frankly about their experience of losing their grandmother. But the worst part is, since he's streaming, he has annoying little quotes that happen every time someone donates or follows him. So he's talking about one of the worst times of his life, with his speech being punctuated by exclamations of, "I'm not a fucking wizard!" But if you can ignore the constant interruptions, it's an incredibly moving video. Number 3. Joshua Peters gets swatted. In yet another sad case of people online being jerks, RuneScape streamer Joshua Peters had his house raided by the police after a random person on the internet made an anonymous call to the police, referred to as swatting. His stream was interrupted when officers burst into his home and pointed a gun at his 10-year-old brother. He later came back on stream and gave an incredibly emotional speech aimed to the person who had called the police, pointing out that his brother could have died. And it's true. And it's totally messed up. Seriously guys, it isn't a fun joke. People can get hurt. Number 2. Abby's release in Twitch Plays Pokemon. That's right, changing it up on this one. This time it was an emotional moment for the viewer. As you may know, Twitch Plays Pokemon was a hilarious experiment where Twitch viewers controlled the player in a game of Pokemon. And as you'd expect when trying to get the online community to work together, it went rather poorly. There are a bunch of great moments from it, but one of the most depressing was when Charmeleon, named ABBBBBBK bracket, nicknamed Abby, was released. I've played probably the equivalent of weeks of Pokemon, and I don't think I've ever released a single Pokemon, let alone my starter. This just brings tear to the eye. Bye, Abby. Number 1. Glory and Gold's reaction to the support following his false claims. Back in 2016, a story was released on Keemstar's Drama Alert that accused Tony, a 62-year-old Twitch streamer called Glory and Gold, of having raped a 13-year-old girl. Why was he accused? Because he looks like a guy who was convicted of it, who, as it turns out, was still in jail at the time of the story. Now, unfortunately, this story was released without proper fact-checking, and the innocent man was attacked by countless users, receiving death threats and insults. Thankfully though, when the truth came out, his fans gave some incredible support, making him the 14th most popular streamer on Twitch for a time. His reaction to this was just so amazing. This might be one of my favorite things ever. Go follow him, he has a wicked beard now, it's great. That's it for today, hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more videos. Let me know in the comments if someone's cutting onions in your house. Let me tell you, this was not a good video to be writing at the office. Until next time, I'm Ron Mackenzie LaFergie with Top 10 Gaming. Later, gamers.